So this is a preview of the Bank of England. Here's a picture of Mark Carney with his medal. He finished the London Marathon at a great time, but we're not here to talk about that. This is the second, this is the third rate decision since Brexit. In July, they told us, wait for August. In August, they announced a lot. They announced a cut of the interest rate from 0.5 to 0.25, 60 billion more in regular QE of government bonds, 10 billion in corporate bonds, another program called TFS to help the real economy, and a few other liquidity provisions. In a recent testimony in Parliament, the Bank of England defended its actions, okay? When sort of, Carney said, and also his colleagues, but mostly Carney, he's the face. Remember, Mark Carney and his colleagues warned everybody about the implications of Brexit, even hinted about recession, and said they're just doing their job. Once the vote came out, they said they would support the economy, and eventually, as I said, they announced a huge package. Now, recent figures have not been that terrible. He says, and they told him, look, you're exaggerating beforehand, and look, we're vindicated, we're right. It's not a disaster. They blamed him. So he said, no, it's thanks to me. Not in these words, of course, but thanks to our action, financial markets are more stable, but there's still risk. He was still dovish, he's still worried, okay? That was his recent appearance. Tomorrow, there's no appearance. There's just the decision, no changes expected. The next move will probably come in November, when they have another quarterly inflation report. And but there are the meeting minutes, which is a very long document, which allows Carney and his colleagues to express what they think about the economy. You also have the voting pattern. How many of the 9 members voted to leave policy unchanged, and how many wanted to change it? I believe we'll have a 9-0-0 unanimous decision, but we'll see about that. Anyway, let's go back to the slide about the Bank of England. Towards the Bank of England, of course, we have the jobs report today and retail sales tomorrow. So the political debate is short-term disaster averted, but is it thanks to the Bank of England, says Carney, or despite the Bank of England, say politicians, especially those supporting Brexit? November cut on the cards. Also, the government does not provide details. The UK government, led by Theresa May and also Chancellor Philip Hammond, they did not provide any details about Brexit, neither did the Brexit ministers. The 3 Brexiteers, Liam Fox, Boris Johnson, and David Davis. No details about Brexit. No details also about potential fiscal stimulus to come in the autumn statement expected in November or December. I believe also the Bank of England, and also like the ECB, will follow with lack of details. They will keep us in the dark and then make a big move in November. Okay. So that's what we're expecting from the Bank of England. Let's also, what we did for the yen, let's look at the wider range for pound dollar. Just a second. As my charts load, of course, we had a big fall. Here it is. On June 24th, Brexit, just before we had the vote, 150. Afterwards, boom, we fell. Lowest ground 127.90. Since then we moved higher. I mark the 134.80 level as key resistance. The pair attempted to move above. All in all, since then we've seen range trading. We've seen this low of 128.40, which is above the lowest level, and where the pound first bounced when we learned that there's going to be a new government sooner than later. And another downfall later on. All in all, range trading. Will the Bank of England break the range tomorrow? Probably not. It'll probably have to wait for the Fed. But I think we could see another blow to the pound due to an ongoing dovish message, and also due to the figures which might be worse than expected. But we never know. We still haven't had the figures. We'll know them soon enough. Okay, let's see.